Just make sure you look over your shoulder. That's a big, big one. And just like any mirror too, like just look at it. So what is up, guys? Welcome back to my video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up, subscribe down below, and comment down below. And let's get on with this video. So in this video today, I'm going to be doing tips for your permit and driving test. And I know those are like two different things, but this whole list will help you, I guarantee it, on any of the tests, anything that has to do with driving. So this is my list right here. I have some good things that will help you be successful in driving. I got my driver's license in November, like November 21st, I think, a week before, a couple days before Thanksgiving. And then I also got my permit March 4th or March 7th or something like that last year. I passed both of them on the first time, which I was really surprised for a second because I was super nervous. There's like nothing to be nervous about as long as you know the rules and just everything about it. But if you don't and you're clueless, this is the right video that you guys clicked on. So for the first one it's a simple one and anyone can do this, and that is studying. That's a really big one. That's like the number one thing, is just to study. Like even if it's like for your driving test or just like your permit, of course you have to study for the permit. For the driving test, you have to study a little bit, but as long as you know like the basic things, like when you're looking in the mirrors, the first right here and then the one right here on the side, and then look over your shoulder. Either if you're going to this left lane or if you're going to the right lane. So like always just look over your shoulder. That's like the biggest thing. And anyway you're going like the bicycle lane, that's a big thing too. Like don't like merge into the bicycle lane unless you like look over your shoulder, because I know people who get disqualified on any of the driving tests and stuff. Like you can't drive, you just get automatically like out of doing the driving test. For me, studying is a big one, and for me it was I think like an app called like DMV Genie or something like that, and it actually really helped me a lot. So it was like easy or hard levels, and there's like different levels and stuff, and it was really cool. I mostly did that studying for at least a good month, solid month, before I even like thought of doing the permit test, because I don't want to waste like my parents' time and I don't want to waste my time either. The test maybe like took me about an hour. I know that seems like a long time, but like I just want to make sure like everything was like good and all the questions and answers that I wrote were good. And also I did it on paper instead of like electronically, because my sister Cece, shout out to you, told me that doing it on paper is more easier than like electronically, and like the electronic part of like the tests and stuff wasn't working for me, so it just all made sense to just do it on paper. The second one is don't overthink, and that's for both the permit or the driving test, because if you overthink, it's just gonna get you like all messed up, and either like messed up in a good way or a bad way. But for me, I'd be in a bad way, because if you overthink it like I did on my driving test, I was so nervous, and I knew that if I overthink it, then it would just mess me up. I know things and why am I nervous and all that stuff. I know what to do and like what I learned, but also it's like, I don't know, either end up really bad or really good. If you're overthinking it, just don't, because it's just gonna be either really bad and you don't pass, or you pass anyways. My mom always said just like don't overthink it, because then it's just gonna like make you be all antsy and like really stressed out, and you don't want that at all. But my mom was a really good support system, because she prayed with me before I did my driving test, and it helped a lot. Thank you, Mom. I love you. And also, don't be stressed. Like I said, it kind of goes both ways, overthink and stress, because it kind of links up, I guess, together. Because if you're just stressed out, it's not good at all, because then you get like really shaky, your heart just starts pounding. Kind of like you have anxiety. It just gets really bad. So just don't be stressed out. You got this. The third thing, the fourth thing I think it is. Drive a lot before taking the test. For the permit, it doesn't really go with it, I guess, but like, well, just know the signs and stuff for like the permit one. But for the driving test, you really want to drive a lot, because if you don't drive a lot, you do not know what you're messing up on. And it's also good to mess up on driving, because it actually shows you like what you need to work on, and that really helped me a lot. And now I guess I'm a decent driver. Still learning, but decent. The sixth thing, something like that. Also, when you're driving, make sure you take a parent. Always. That's a caution right there. Take your time, and that's for both. And for the permit, like I said, I took about an hour, and I just took my time and I passed. So just take your time on that. If you go slow, who cares? Just keep going. Even though you'll see people like leaving to like get checked and stuff, but just take your time. Don't worry about those other people. Just focus on you. But also just take your time on the driving part too. But don't be slow. Just like don't be fast or don't be slow. You like be right in the middle. Next thing, I think this is the 7th thing or something like that. Focus. Focus on the permit test, every answer, because they mix it up. Just focus, keep reading it until you actually understand. Just keep reading it over and over. That's what I had to do. Keep doing. But just focus on like the driving part too, all your different signals, and also really know your hand signals too. That's a big thing. Just make sure to focus on just everything around you when you're driving. Just on the driving test, look over your shoulder, look in the mirrors, just know your like placement for driving. The 8th thing I think it is, remember signals, like hand signals, and also like in your car, like the buttons and stuff, like the defroster and all that stuff, because they actually like test you on all that. And I think it's like a whole list and you can't miss like a single one, because if you do, you don't pass. So just make sure you know like all your signals of like the car, whatever car you're driving. Know your hand signals, like left, right, and then stop, and you should be good. You know, like, because they'll like ask you what this signal is, what's that, so just make sure you know that too. If you do fail, just know what you need to work on so that you can overcome it. That's a big thing, because if like you don't pass, feel like kind of like down and stuff, but just pick yourself up, realize what you missed, and then we'll work on it. And once you work on it, do the permit or the driving test over again and just overcome that. The next thing, like I said, look in the mirrors, top mirror, side mirror, over your shoulder, either left or right. Just make sure you look over your shoulder. That's a big one. And just like any mirror too, like just look at it. Know your speed. Like I said, you want to stay in the middle. You don't want to go too fast and you don't want to go too slow. Just stay like right in the middle and you'll be spot on and perfect. Use proper like hand placement, like I said, and know your footing. This is a really funny story. So for when I first started driving, I got my permit, like I said, in like March, and so for like the first ever time I drove with my mom, I think we were just driving around like the neighborhood, I used both of my feet. So I used my left foot, the brake, and then I used my right foot for the gas. Even though you're supposed to use your right foot for the brake and for the gas. So for me, I used both, and then once I drove with my dad for the 2nd or 3rd or something like that time, I got caught by my dad, and he was like, no, you're supposed to use only one foot. So I had to get used to it, and it was like really hard for me to get used to it. I kind of just like practiced a little bit, like going, like moving my feet like back and forth, and then it kind of just started like sticking with me. The next one, this is the last one too, know your mistakes, and that's for both. Like I said, if you mess up, just overcome that and fix it, because at the end of the day, everybody wants to drive and everybody wants to get either their permit to start out and their driver's license, because it just shows that you're growing up and you got it. Just keep on going, keep on moving. You'll be good. You'll get 100%. I guarantee it. So just follow these rules and you'll be good to go. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up, like I said. Subscribe down below. Also turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And also just comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next adventure. Let's let the adventures begin. Woo!